Hey everybody, Jonathan Mosette here on behalf of JMSports and the JM Sports Show. And this isn't going to be the actual first segment of the JM Sports Show. I'm going to do something called the warm-up rant, and I'm going to try to do this every day. And it might not necessarily be a sports-related topic, but today it is a sports-related topic. And the reason why I put that in quotations is because personally, what I'm going to talk about, I don't consider a sport. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I don't really care. I mean, I'm going to get hate for a lot of things I do in my career and in my life. But the thing I'm going to rant about today is, when the hell did poker become a sport? An ESPN-worthy sport. It just doesn't fit. I don't know too many people who, I'm sure there are people out there, but I don't know too many people who sit down every single week and watch the World Series of Poker Tour on ESPN. And if you do, you're a nerd. Alright, I hate saying, I'm a nerd, I'm a nerd, but you are really just wow if you sit down to watch every episode of the World Series of Poker Tour. You ever notice on ESPN radio they discuss pretty much every sports topic except poker? It just doesn't fit. There's football, there's baseball, there's auto racing, which I know a lot of people don't consider a sport, but I do, and I'll tell you why in a second. There's basketball, poker. It doesn't fit. Poker's not a sport. Why isn't it? Why do I think auto racing is a sport and why isn't poker? Because auto racing still takes training. You still have to be fit. You can't be a 460-pound guy and be a competitive racer, especially at the big level, at a NASCAR or an IZOD IndyCar Series circuit or level. You can't do that. So why is poker a sport? I mean, I'm sure that there are nerds out. There's definitely nerds out there. There's nerds out there for every sport. Okay, I'm a football nerd. I'm a baseball nerd. I'm a pro wrestling nerd, which I know a lot of people don't consider that a sport either. I am, to an extent, a basketball nerd. More of a college basketball nerd than I'm a regular NBA nerd. But there's just poker ratings aren't good. The World Series of Poker ratings right now on ESPN are down 16% from last year. What does that tell you? Tells you people don't care to see that. People don't care to watch the World Series of Poker. You don't see a 16% decrease in NFL ratings, in MLB ratings, in big-time sports, in actual sports. I'm not against card games. Poker's fun. I just don't think it should be shown on ESPN. And I've honestly never watched poker on TV, and I I don't think I ever would. You know, um, if it was strip poker, who knows? Maybe. Well, there's not a maybe there. I would watch it. Okay. There's there's definitely people out there, I guarantee it. There's people out there that get all excited, like they do for a football team. Yeah, he went all in, he went all in! You're a nerd. If that's the case, you are a nerd. Poker does not belong on ESPN. I will go as far as to say, in my opinion, poker does not even belong on TV, and I think eventually it's going to get to the point where the World Series of Poker will not be on TV because I think the ratings will continue to decrease. 16%, a 16% decrease in ratings is a hell of a drop. Poker's not a sport. Get it off ESPN. I'm not against poker, but I'm against it being considered a sport and being put up next to football, basketball, baseball, things like that. Real sports that actually take real athletes. Yes, poker takes knowledge, but it doesn't take fitness. There's no steroid testing in poker. Bicycle racing is more of a sport than poker. The Tour de France is more of a sport than poker. Not a real big fan of bicycle racing. But you'll catch me watching that before you'll catch me watching poker. Alright, now that I got that first warm-up rant off my chest about the whole poker thing, coming up in a little bit, I will be starting to record, in a couple hours or so, I'll be starting to record the JMSports show. Like I said before, some of the things we're going to talk about, some of the possible MLB playoffs, some of the scenarios there. The Cincinnati Reds are in the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. I'll tell you how I think they're going to do. I will give you a little bit of maybe a synopsis of the NFL action that was. We'll take a look at some other NFL news. Big week in college football, and I'm going to miss it. Or not really a big week in college football that I'm going to miss, but a big night in college football. They have a hell of a primetime lineup. On Saturday night rather, my apologies, on Saturday night, and I am going to miss it. I'll tell you why, all that and more coming up on the debut edition of the JMSports show. I hope you can join us right here on YouTube. I'm Jonathan Mosette on behalf of JM Sports and JMSports.org.